Hey guys, how are you guys doing today? It's Max 2015, and today we're gonna do a little bit of a different bit of an episode. I'm not planning on sharing any gameplay today. We'll probably just attack some NPC bases while I can, talk about random stuff. I'm doing this because a lot of you guys have been doing a lot of requests and questions and inquiries on the channel, which I'm very grateful for. I mean, I love reading every single comment that you guys write down, whether it's a question, an inquiry, a request, congratulations, or criticism. So any of it, I love reading it every single time. I may not be able to respond to every single one of your comments because it's gotten to a point where it's getting more and more, but that's just a great thing. It's a really good thing that there's a lot of comments, but I assure you, I do read 100% of every single comment that you guys write every single time. So please keep those coming. I love reading them, and it's because of you guys that I like making videos like this. I don't get paid for this. This is just a hobby of mine, and I just wanted to share something that I love with people who also love it, which was the whole purpose of my channel. So anyways, just keep on bringing the comments. I really appreciate those, guys. You know what? First of all, I'm not going to let you guys off without a single good attack, because it's just kind of wrong. This is a push channel. It's a high-level gameplay channel, so I should at least show you guys one good attack. So this was an attack that I did yesterday, last night. Super Mix, he was at 1500 victory points when I defeated him. He is global number 46, so he's like 2-3 spots above me. But his base was brutal. Of course, I went full boost, four offensive statues, all of them boosted. He has 6 ice statues, 4 building health, and 2 defensive building damage. I mean, brutal, deadly base. I don't know how I managed to beat it, but I did. And I used TRM. So put down the troops the way we always do. The only thing that was different is that I put all of my gunboat energy in just one shot launcher. I couldn't split between the boom cannon and the shot launcher because I wasn't going to be able to take any of them with my limited gunboat. So I only took down the shot launcher, which was more deadly, and I was just letting my rifles absorb all the shots from this boom cannon here. At this point, I threw a shock. I usually don't shock so early in the game because I need to save the shocks for the end. But I was like, there's no way I could let that boom cannon pick a lot of my troops. So I just went ahead. I shocked it. I let my tanks destroy the shot launcher and the boom cannon, and then I flared to the left wall. I threw a lot of smokes because this boom cannon here was within range. At this point, believe it or not, I had all of my tanks. I had all 18 tanks. Still, I mean, some of them were really red, and but I don't know how I managed to get them all up there. So that was really well. The amount of numbers at this point of the battle of the attack is what kind of allowed me to win. So right here, flare straight up one more time. I did lose 1 or 2 tanks to the cannon and boom cannon there. I was also getting a lot of good gunboat energy thanks to all these buildings, all the economy buildings and the machine guns. So I just let my tanks, get more gunboat. And as I approached the center of the base, that's when I started throwing the shocks. And I was lucky I had probably like 4 shocks total. So there goes the first one. And see how I'm lucky to be able to shock all 5 defenses. The 2 mortars, cannon, boom cannon, rocket launcher, all with just 1 shock. So, that was really, really nice. And then at this point, when the second boom cannon turned, that's when I shocked again. So that's the second shock. Let the tanks take care of the second boom cannon. Shock again, that's the third shock. Notice how the tanks, once they take down the cannon, they start fanning out to the other defenses and buildings. So that's how I'm able to get more and more gunboat energy. So the particular layout on this base also kind of helped me. There goes the last shock. I had a lot. Threw a medkit. I didn't have enough for any more shocks, but threw a medkit to counteract the flamethrower, which they always do a lot of damage over time. And then at this point I had a ton of tanks left, and that's the only reason I was able to beat this base. I mean, I think it went down with about 15 seconds left at the very end. So you see how this one tank is still kind of picking up that residence there. And right now there was only the rocket launcher was hitting us, so that was good. So we can just go 4 times the speed. Let that finish off very quickly. I mean, it looks easy when you're watching the replay, but believe me, when you're going into a 6 boosted ice base with only 4 offensive, it's very scary. And truth to be told, I did fail against this base. Well, in this instance, I only failed 1 time before that. But this is not the first time Super Mix spawns on my base. I've had him maybe 3 times overall, and this is the first time I managed to beat him. So, I just had to share that. That was a pretty good attack. It's probably the toughest base I've beaten so far. I mean, at least the one that has the most ice. Anyhow, so that was the only attack I wanted to show. The rest of this is going to be NPCs while I talk about other stuff, like I said. So I'm at 1,480 victory points. We're at global number 50. Oh, I dropped back to 51. Man, I was just at 49 a second ago. All right, so well, that's how it happens. I'll probably be hovering between top 50 and just under it, for a few days until I can get, a more decent amount of victory points. I think if I can get to 1,500, then I should be fine. And look at Super Mix is right there at 44, so he's a few spots above me. So, anyways, to the point I wanted to discuss, talk with you guys. A lot of you guys were asking about defenses and rates on my base. I don't have anything to show right now. In fact, somebody's attacking me right now. But I don't want to waste time watching these defenses. But you can see how my base has been doing fairly well. I have quite a lot of defense. I mean, you can't even see these anyway. So I did get rated 3 times yesterday, but this was my own mistake. Honestly, I was so stupid, and I was really upset with myself because I let the ice boost on my base run out, and then I wanted, I just let it run out. I forgot about it, and then by the time I checked in, I already got rated twice. So that was really unfortunate. It was these two. See, these 2 rates here. I was rated by, without boost on my base, so there's no way I could have defended there. This one was a legit. I was full boosted, but then look at the boost that this guy has. 250% gunboat energy and 100% troop damage. So, there's no way you can defend against a boost like that anyway. The really impressive. Oh, is it gone already? Oh, I think I lost it. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, it's out of my. Yeah. It's out of my log already, but what's his name? Global number 3. Yeah. Here. Global number 3 here. He attacked me 40 times yesterday. 40. That's right. I counted them. I defended 39 times against him, and he rated me on the 40th time. So, credit to him. And he did it with 3 offensive statues only, and that was the kind of attack that I usually show because those are the really good attacks. It involves an incredible amount of skill, but that kind of got me thinking because if I get a lot of times I get that message that says you can no longer attack this base because you've attacked him too many times. I don't know what's the threshold for that. I don't know if it's 20 attacks or 25 attacks because I sort of got, last night I attacked the base for what it felt like 19 or 20 times and then I got the message. But how did global number 3 attack me 40 times and still keep on doing it? So I was wondering if gunboat energy attacks count or not. Maybe you have to actually deploy the troops for it to count as a loss. But because out of those 40, only 10 of those were deployed troops. The other 30 were all gunboat energy attacks. So, I couldn't find an answer to it. I was looking at the Boom Beach wiki, the forums. Nobody seems to know because nobody really experiences that. But if any of you guys know, let me know. So that's as far as defenses. I mean, I know some of you guys, Sergey, if you're watching, I know you keep on asking me about how the 5 building health is defending for me and only have 1 defensive building statue, and they're actually doing really well. I think when you have 6 boosted ice statues, regardless of what the mix-up is, you're still gonna defend a lot, and you're gonna put out a lot of players because they're not gonna even want to try to attack you. But those who do attack you, they will struggle. Like I said, global number 3 struggled 39 times before he actually got me. Global number, where is he? Actually, no, it's local. AS, yeah. US number 6, the guy who's right above me, he attacked me about 14 times and he failed every single one of them until my boost ran out, and then he took advantage of that. But if my boost had stayed there, I don't know how many more times he would have lost. So the ice that I have right now is actually doing really, really well for me. Now what else do we want to talk about? So I made it to global top 50 2 days ago. With about 600 power powder. I mentioned it in my top 50 video. And yes, that's the entire truth. You know, you spend so much time when you're preparing for a VP push, and you get consumed by the idea that power powder is the only thing that you need, and it's true. You need a ton of power powder if you want to push really, really high. I mean, I don't have a set goal. I don't think I can get to global #1 because that's just ridiculous, the amount of victory points that they have. But I'm going to keep trying. You know, I'm already at 40. Well, I'm 51 now, but I got as high as 47 last night. So I know I can keep on going. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of time. Like I've said in other videos, that sometimes, you know, you just don't feel like playing because you're so tired of grinding out, you know, tough bases every single day. And a lot of times, you know what, honestly, pushing really does take the fun out of the game. I mean, it is rewarding when your victory points start getting higher and higher, but you know, many a times you're gonna get stuck on bases that you just can't beat, and that happens to me almost on a daily basis. And when that happens, you know, it's very demoralizing. It's very difficult to, you know, push yourself to keep on doing it. But that's just how the game goes. So I guess it takes a lot of mental strength and a lot of emotional strength. So that's why you need a task force that will support your push. That's why I joined the guys at CWAT, because we all share the same, you know, desire of pushing. If you only if you're in a task force where everyone is just focused on high level operations, which by the way, you can only do high level operations if you have a lot of offensive statues. You can't really do operations like massive attack with 3 or 4 offensive statues. You just can't. I was invited over to Boom Beach Shui's, which is a Swiss task force. I mean, the guys were really friendly, but me with my 4 offensive statues, I was doing absolutely nothing, not even a dent on those operations. So you need a lot of gunboat energy. So it takes a lot of sacrifice when you're trying to prepare for a push, because for months, first of all, you're gonna need Power Stone Chance statues because you're gonna want to try to save power powder. So you're not gonna have a lot of offense. So, which means that on your task forces, you're not gonna be able to do a lot of high level operations. And then, you know, when you're pushing, you definitely cannot, you know, do a lot of tough bases because you just don't have the offensive capability. You don't have the gunboat capability to pull it off. I kind of lost my train of thought there, but yeah, my point is that, you know, you need a task force that will kind of support your push. And I was lucky that I found the guys at CWAP, and you know, because everyone's focused on pushing, nobody really cares too much about operations. So in that aspect, we actually do very easy operations, which actually, you know, keeps the fun in, because you don't have to stress over operations anymore. At least not on that not that part of the game, because you're focusing on saving power powder. You're focused on learning better techniques and strategies to attack. So, you know, operations you can actually enjoy when you're doing the easy ones. But I'm very grateful for my task force. What else? Like I said, yes, I made it to global top 50 with 600 power powder. Could have done it probably with less if I had boosted less ice and if I had played more often, most likely. Like I always say, remember, you always get 2 power powder back from Dr. T. You know, assuming that you beat all 7 stages. That's 2 guaranteed power powder. Plus, you know, you get crystals and shards, and if you're lucky, you get an additional crystal here and there. And then remember that every base that you beat, every PvP base, every NPC base will give you a little bit of at least shards of some kind. So yeah, it's not too bad. You pushers, including myself, we focus so much and we spend so much energy, you know, obsessing about power powder and how much power powder you're supposed to get and how much you should have before you start pushing, that once you start pushing, you realize that there's a whole other array of issues that you just didn't account for. For example, money and time. It takes a lot of money to push. And I'm not kidding. It takes, if you guys have been following my channel, you'll probably notice that, you know, my diamonds are always changing. I'm always at 14,000 diamonds and then I'm at 200 diamonds the next day. I spend a huge amount of diamonds. I mean, I'm not proud of it, but for my level of skill and for what I'm trying to accomplish in the game, I need, you know, a constant supply of diamonds, and I pay with it with my own money. I'm not saying that it's the wisest thing to do, but you know, if you can afford it, then go ahead and do it. It's not like I'm not living paycheck to paycheck, thank God. So I'm able to afford the game. But you know, you do what you can afford. I mean, if you can only buy like a $10 pack of diamonds, and do that. You don't have to buy diamonds every single time. That's entirely up to you. People will have mixed opinions, and it might be a little controversial because some people will say never spend a single dime on a game. Some people will be like, I don't care, I do spend money. It's a personal preference. I do spend it. I'm not hiding it. I don't cover the diamonds when you guys see me play. In my opinion, you do need diamonds when you're pushing, because you need when you're pushing, you're gonna find bases that are so tough. You may not even be able. I can't believe I lost 2 troops on that base. You're gonna find bases that are so tough that it'll take you several tries to finally beat them, if you're able to beat them at all. And if you don't have diamonds and you fail, you're gonna have to wait for your troops to retrain. Now your offensive boost, it's only good for 3 hours. So let's say if you're using tanks, which take an hour and 11 minutes to train, if you lose all your tanks, you're gonna wait the whole hour and 11 minutes to train them. I mean, if that's what's happening, you can only do 2 attacks with TMAD or TRM, and then you're just gonna waste your time. So that's why I think you need diamonds, because you're gonna have to instant finish some of these troops. Like I said before, the global players, when you get attacked 40 times, you're definitely using a lot of diamonds, and that includes myself. So I'm not sure if you can push without using money. That's what I'm trying to say. I think you do need to use a certain amount of diamonds. Maybe not as much as I am using, maybe not as much as the global people are using, but I think to a certain extent you do have to spend a little bit of money if your intention is to push. Now, I'm not saying that it can't be done absolutely free. I'm sure it can. It's just not how I did it so far. So, if you can do it free, let me know. I'm sure you can get up to maybe 13 or even, probably 1,300 victory points without really spending money. I think if you do it with, like, let's say four ice statues, you do have to have a lot of power powder though. So you have to have 4 ice statues, in my opinion, 6 offense. You can boost, like 3 times a day to do your attacks, and just keep your ice constantly boosted to deter potential attackers. And then, I think you can easily get to 1,300 victory points that way. I don't think it'll be that big a deal. I think we're all done with the NPCs now. Let's see, did I get back in? 49, there we go. All right. What is, man, this video is long already, Jesus. All right, I think we're gonna end the video here, because I can't believe I've been babbling for like a half hour already. There's a lot more stuff that I like to cover, so maybe I'll make a separate video. I don't know. You guys let me know. I know this is just talking, so if you guys have any more questions, let me know. Okay, guys, so I think I'm gonna end the video here, because it's dragging really long, and I don't think people will actually sit for 20 minutes and watch me just talk about random stuff. Okay, so I'll come back later on. We'll do more videos and more attacks. Hopefully you guys got some good information out of it, and I'll see you guys next time, guys. Take care. Bye.